Good morning, one and all. Welcome in today. Welcome to my channel and welcome to today's continuing vlog for December featuring the Aberdeenswool holiday advent for 2024. Welcome to all new subscribers. I've had quite a few new subscribers in the last week, so I appreciate you all for coming and joining the family of fancy fiber lovers, or fiber lovers whether fancy or not. So thank you for joining the family. And for those who are new here, this channel is all about crochet and yarn. I love fancy fiber. That's the best way I can put it. And yes, you can accuse me of being a yarn snob, because I guess I am. I prefer, and I've explained this before, I prefer natural fibers because this world is full enough of synthetic everything. And, you know, I wear synthetic every day. And if I'm going to make something with my own hands, I want it to be special. And the best way to make it special for me is using natural fibers. My favorite fiber of all is wool and silk together. My favorite yarn weight is fingering weight. And I love a good one ply. I love a good single ply yarn. So if any of that interests you, you're in the right place. Welcome. My name's Donna, if I hadn't mentioned it already, and you are at Fancy Fiber Forum. Today, we're going to talk about, as I mentioned, Aberdeenswool Holiday Advent, featuring their Tangled Poets hand-dyed yarn. Today is day 17 because it is December 17th. 2024, and I have number 17 right here in my hands. Before we get to that, though, I wanted to talk about a yarn acquisition, and I wanted to talk about a project that I'm working on. We'll get to the project I'm working on first. So as I mentioned yesterday, I told my sister that I was going to make a hat for her to match a scarf that she bought to gift to her friend. Well, I had 2 hanks of that yarn from that scarf with the blues and the salmon. I had 2. So I made the scarf with one, but I needed to get into the second one to add the little fringy thing on the ends. So I know I didn't use it all. I only used probably a couple of yards to finish it. I can't find it anywhere. I've looked everywhere except for where it is. Isn't that always the way it goes? I've looked in the basement. I've looked in my yarn room I don't know how many times. I've looked in project bags. I've looked in my bedroom. I've looked... The only place I haven't looked is my car. I don't believe it's in my car. I don't think I have a project bag in there. No, I don't. I brought it in on Saturday. All I have in my car is the items that I took to market last Saturday. I can't find it anywhere. And I even looked through my bins again, thinking that I stuck the cake back in the bin or in my cubbies in my yarn room. I've looked there, I can't tell you how many times, half a dozen times. What I did find was this. This is the same blue that's used in that scarf, as opposed to this blue. Now these are the exact same yarns and the exact same collection that I used for that scarf, but those are not going to match. This is too much of a dull blue. This is brighter. And this was the base blue of that scarf. It had some of these colors in it, but it was mainly this bright kind of, I don't know if I'd call that royal blue. It's not royal blue. I don't know, but it was this color blue. So, you know, I've gotten pretty far on this bias beanie. This is about a third of the way done. So I can finish this and it can go to market. I held this yarn double and used a 4mm hook for this bias beanie. So it's going to be nice and warm. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do, since I only have one of these, is start another bias beanie with a 3.5mm hook or a 3.25 hook and start the bias beanie with this. And one should be enough for that hat. And at least this will match the scarf. It won't have the variations in color. And if I happen to come across that cake of yarn, I can switch over or somehow utilize both. But I'll be darned if I know where that cake is. I have no idea. That drives me absolutely crazy. I know it's here. I know it's here. I didn't use it. So, I don't know. I don't know where else it would be. Unless the dog got it and my son just didn't want to tell me. I have that square storage unit. It's not in there. I've looked. Yeah, I've looked everywhere except for where it is. And I hesitate to start this hat again thinking that I'm going to come across it and then it's going to be too late to add it. I would like to hold it double with this so that it's heavier. Because this held double this is very cozy. This is very nice. This is going to make a nice hat. For those of you that are curious, here's the hat. Crochet Bias Beanie by Entrelock Cat Designs. And it's a really cool pattern. It's done flat in a parallelogram. So here's your rectangle, and then the ends go this way. And then you fold it lengthwise. It's hard to explain. You'd have to see a picture of a parallelogram. But imagine this long parallelogram, and it's folded this end to that end so that you still have this, but then by the time you stitch it all up, now it has the ribbon goes this way instead of straight up and down. The ribbon goes this way, and then when you fold the brim up, it goes the other way. So this is the pattern I made Joyce's hat with, and you can make it with fingering weight, DK weight, worsted weight, or chunky weight. It gives you all the directions to use all of those weights. And for the DK, it says to use a 4mm. So this, I think, is a little lighter than DK after doubling it. I mean, here it is doubled. It's because this is a really fine fingering weight, this yarn. This is Art Yarn's Merino Cloud, and it's a pretty fine one weight. So doubled, I think this is more on the sport weight side, but I'm still using a 4mm, and it's working up really nice. So I highly recommend this hat, even if you use a fingering weight yarn, because of the ribbing. It still makes it warm. Joyce really likes hers. So I'm gonna look further for that other yarn because I'd really prefer it to match that scarf, and that other one just won't match. It's not the right color blue. So this is my last resort. And you know, I know the clock is ticking. She needs it by the 24th. Today's the 17th. So I don't have very much time to get it done at all. So we'll see how that goes. All right, on to my yarn acquisition. Yesterday, I expected to receive 2 acquisitions, and sadly, I only received 1. But, you know, I'm still happy I got it. So this is from taking advantage of Expression Fiber Arts. I believe it was their Cyber Monday, I believe. But it was 50% off yarn. Who here can resist 50% off yarn? I can't. Especially Expression Fiber Arts. Her yarn is pretty pricey, if you know Expression Fiber Arts. And even when she has regular sales, you know, like 15% off, it's still more than I want to spend. I cringe at the thought of paying $20 and up for a hank of yarn. I really don't like doing that. You know, unless I really have the money to spend, I really don't like doing that. So this was 50% off, which made it $10 a hank. Now, it's not my fiber of choice, but it's still natural fiber. And it is bamboo alpaca fingering, which is 80% viscose bamboo and 20% alpaca. I got 6 hanks, 6 different colors. So let me show you. All right, so here's, oh my gosh, look how drapey this is, just holding it. And you know, this sleeve doesn't even want to stay on. But isn't that the prettiest periwinkle? That's like a periwinkle blue. And it's called Bay Beach. 384 yards, hand wash. Crochet Hook recommends a B to a G, so up to a 4mm crochet hook. Knitting needles 0 to 7. So the base is made in Peru, and then they dye it at their facility in North Carolina, Expression Fiber Arts. So there's color number 1. It's very shiny. The bamboo gives it a really nice shine. Number 2, let's go with the blues. This is Tropical Ocean, which is more of a teal. Ooh, look, there's an alpaca hair. Can you see the alpaca hair? That's a pretty teal blue. My friend Judith that wants the beret, she would love that color, I think. I think she would really like that color. But, you know, I can't make a beret out of that. It'd be way too light. So, there's that one. And then, you know, we got to have something bright. Summer in Andraga. And that's just a really pretty fuchsia. Can you tell the shine? Yeah, you can right there. This is going to make a beautiful shawl or a cowl or something. It's going to make a beautiful something. And she has so many pretty patterns. All right, here's a light green, Distant Islands. It's a really light celery green. I wouldn't say seafoam. Seafoam tends to be a little more on the blue tone green side, but this is like a really super light celery color. That's really pretty. And then, of course, I had to get a darker green to go with. This is Doc. It's not really coming over true on the screen. This is really just a darker version of this one. Those will be really pretty next to each other. And then I had to get a neutral. And this is Sandbar. So it's like a taupe. So here's all 6. Aren't those pretty? Those are really pretty. I am glad I was able to take part in that sale. And I'll have to remember that for next year, because I don't think I was aware of it last year. So there we go. Bag of goodiness. So excited to have that. It is fancy fiber for sure. All right, so moving on. So I worked on that hat last night. And yeah, it works up really fast, really. But it'll be a little slower going if I have to resort to just doing this, 'cause it's a much smaller hook. So we'll see. I'm gonna look some more this morning and see if I can find that cake of yarn. I don't know if I'll find it. I hope so. I hope so. So let me tell y'all what happened yesterday. Sorry for all the throat clearing. I don't know what's going on. Yesterday was, and I know some of you don't know what this is. Some of you might know. Put in the comments if you know what this is. So I'm a drop coordinator for a company called Azure Standard. If you look it up on YouTube, you'll see a lot of hauls from people that buy from Azure Standard quite often. And I've been a drop coordinator for them for, I think, about 5 years. And basically what Azure is, it's kind of like a co-op. And it's kind of like a Costco, because you can buy in bulk. But, so it's kind of like Costco and Co-op had a baby. So they have a website, azurestandard.com, A-Z-U-R-E standard.com. I'll put it in the description if I remember. They offer probably anything you would need for your home. If you have a homestead, they offer stuff for chickens. They offer, they offer a big bag, the big bags of Redmond salt that's specifically for livestock. They offer cleaning products for your home. They offer organic food. They offer plants, fresh vegetables, farm-raised meat, eggs. They offer just about anything you could think of. Just about. Utensils for your kitchen, bowls. The only thing I don't think they offer anything for like sourdough making, like bannetons and things like that. I don't think they offer bannetons. But just about anything you would want, they sell or they offer. Flour, that's where I get my flour, butter, maple syrup, and the more you buy, the cheaper it is. So in that aspect, it's like Costco, right? You don't have to buy in bulk, but they offer it in bulk. Some things you have to buy in bulk, like like eggs. You can't just buy, I don't think you can just buy a dozen eggs. I think you have to buy like 10 dozen eggs, I think. Canning supplies. Go check it out. You might really like it. The thing is, you order and it delivers once a month. It's not always the same time every month, but it's once a month. And they have people like me called drop coordinators, where they will take a group's order a group's order that joins this drop, which is my house, and the group's order goes to that house, and then everybody that ordered that month goes to the house and gets their stuff. They also are kind of required to be there to unload the truck, because all the driver does is take the stuff to the back of the truck, and then it's up to the members to be there to offload it and put it where it needs to go. Yesterday it was just me and the driver. Luckily it was only 7 orders, so it was very easy to get off the truck. Didn't take any time at all. But anyway, if you have any questions about it, let me know. I'll put the link again in the box below. I'll put my personal link so that if you guys decide to join, I get, a little bit of an incentive to be a drop coordinator. Not much. And not until you order like $100 or something. Excuse me. Gosh. I thought I could get through this without doing that today. Anyway, so one of my members arrived later than everybody else, so I went out to greet him. And while I did that, the dogs were inside. I figured they'd be okay. I wasn't going to be out there for very long, and I was only out there for maybe 7 minutes. I come in, and Mr. Bean, you can't really tell from looking in this video, but if you will look right here, it doesn't look like this side, does it? Right there, he chewed a hole in my chair. The blinds were up, he could see me, but he chewed a hole in my chair. Pulled out a bunch of stuffing. I stuffed it back in. You guys, I'm at my wit's end with this dog. I truly am. Both dogs are outside. I mean, I find myself all day long yelling his name. And I know what I need to do. I know what he needs. He needs to be walked. I know that. He needs to be walked on a regular basis. And I thought about that last night. I thought, maybe I should just start walking him around the block. I mean, he's strong. He's 50, almost 60 pounds. I don't know if I'm strong enough to control him. If he were to all of a sudden see something and bolt, I don't know. And he doesn't listen to me. He listens to my son, Sam. And I wish Sam would make it a point to walk him in the mornings before he goes to work. But he gets up just in time to get ready and get out the door. So he would have to get up an extra 15 minutes early to do that. But I may start insisting that he walk him when he gets home from work. I just might do that. But if I did decide to walk him, Goober has terrible anxiety when he's left in the house alone. So I don't know what he would do if I went and walked Bean. I'm certainly not going to walk them both together. No, thank you. They would drag me down the street. I'm just not strong enough. I have no upper body strength at all. I'm not strong enough to take care of them both. I don't even know that I'm strong enough to manage Bean. But when Sam walks Bean and it's just me and Goober in the house, Goober whines the entire time he's gone and paces and whines and paces and whines. So I'd have to crate Goober while I was gone walking Bean. Well, that's a lot of stress. I really don't think I want to do that, which is why I was considering rehoming him. I don't know, because I am here most of the time. He's here with me. 80% of his life is just with me. I don't think I'm the ideal person to take care of him, which is why I was considering rehoming him. And the chewing of the furniture, I don't think that would resolve with a neutering. I don't think it would. And I've caught him a couple of times hiking his leg in the house. He started to do it this morning, and I stopped him and put him outside. So he's becoming territorial. And, it's terrible. And yeah, you can think I'm a terrible pet mother, but I'm just not the right person to take care of him. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. He's a sweet dog when he wants to be, but because he's in adolescence, he is becoming territorial, and he's becoming nervous and all that. And thankfully that chair was given to me, and it's just a chair. But what's it going to be next time? My yard is torn up with holes. So I know I probably shouldn't be ranting about the dog, but this is like my opportunity to have a confessional. So I thank you for listening to me just rambling on for the last 10 minutes about this dog. That's all I'm going to say about it. Feel free to put whatever you want in the comments. It doesn't bother me. I don't mistreat him. I don't hit him. I'm just not that fond of him. And I'm sure he senses it. Anyway, let's move on, shall we, to something much more positive, and that is the yarn for today. Because I was working on that hat, I didn't add the next 2 rows onto my Advent wrap, but I will do that today. I'll get to add 2 colors today. So let's go ahead and reveal number 17, shall we? And 1, 2, 3. It's a lighter yellow. It's kind of blah. It's got a little tonal quality. We got some like beigey tones right there. But here is number 16 from yesterday. So it's kind of strange. And there's 15. So we went from yellow to more of a beige to yellow again. So I wonder if I should switch these two. I don't know. Maybe it'll look nice. So that's 15, that's 16, and 17. And it's funny because Joyce sent me a picture today of her day 17, and it's yellow. And she's kind of tired of yellow. So that's pretty funny. So there we go. That is day 17. I'm gonna weigh this. just for the heck of it. 32 grams. Let's weigh yesterday's. I bet this is going to be lighter because it looks smaller. 28. Yep, I thought it looked smaller. And day 15, 30 on the nose. And day 14, 30 on the nose. So, now this one's weighing 30. So, most of these, they're all supposed to be around 30 grams. So, give or take, you know, a couple of grams. Goes one way or the other. 2 grams one way or the other. So, it's still pretty. Again, it's kind of muted. So, this will help soften the rest of the wrap with those bright colors. This will definitely help soften that rather than a bright yellow. So I like it. I like it. I'm excited to get some progress done on this wrap. That's pretty cool. So that is my day 17 of the Advent wrap, or of the Advent from Aberdeen's Wool. And I'll get caught up on the wrap and, you know, share a picture again when I can of my progress. I'll probably wait until I have a few more rows in after the next repeat of the number 25 colorway. Okay, whoops, sorry. So, there we go with that. I'm hoping that I get my second yarn acquisition today. I know it's in the area, but it's not, tracking does not show it in my little town, city. Shows it at the main hub in Kansas City, but it's not in my city yet. So it says it's en route to next location, but it's not here. So, you know, I should have gotten it Friday. It's been in the area since Friday. So I don't know what's going on, but hopefully it comes soon because I'm excited to see it. It's from a website that I've never shopped at before. It's from a dyer I've never shopped from before. So thank you to Joyce for introducing me to the dyer. I'm excited to get it. And it was a good deal. Couldn't pass up a good deal. So I guess that's all I needed to talk about today. Thank you for letting me ramble on and on about things that aren't even related to anything on this channel. But, you know, sometimes you just got to get stuff off your chest. It's therapeutic. Just like crochet is therapeutic and yarn is therapeutic. I was thinking I forgot to mention something yesterday and now I can't think of it, but that's okay. All right, I'm going to see what damage these dogs have done outside, bring them in, let them eat and drink, and get dressed and get on with my day. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I hope y'all have a very Merry Christmas. So remember, just remember God loves you. And we should turn to Him in good times and in bad times. All the time. He's there all the time. So, Yeah, I think I'm going to get off of here now before I start onto that tangent. All right, so you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will pop back on tomorrow with day 18. Till then, take care. God bless each and every one of you. Love each other. Be good to each other. Be kind to each other. And yeah, just be kind. And be well. Stay healthy. And if you're not feeling so well, drink lots of water. And yeah, just drink lots of water. This coming from somebody who hardly drinks water at all. That might be why I'm having throat problems. So I'm going to go fix me a glass of water. All right, you guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks again. Take care. Bye.